To kick this review off, I'm gonna say that I absolutely love the Miyoo Mini. I first got to know about the Miyoo Mini from YouTubers such as Retro Game Corp and Takayudon, so I jumped at the chance at getting one. Well, actually two, as they did revise the screen, but more on that later. So I managed to get them from AliExpress, which is a marketplace from sellers all around the world. The price for these were around £60 including shipping, and took a few weeks to arrive. And as a disclaimer, these handhelds are in heavy demand, and usually when they do go on sale, they're usually snatched up almost instantly. So if after this review you're tempted in getting one yourself, there is a high chance that you may not be able to get one right away. This is due to the 2.8-inch screen availability, and obviously the high demand meant that anytime it does go on sale, all of it goes pretty quickly. Also, if my channel gets to at least 1,000 subscribers, I'll hold a giveaway for one of these. So what's with all the fuss? First of all, it's portability, and yes, I have several portable devices that are even smaller than this one. What makes this one different from the rest is its usability. I think it's small enough that you can game on it quite comfortably, and it's big enough that you're able to see what you're doing on screen. The size of the Miyoo Mini is 9.33 by 6.5 centimeters, and the screen is 2.8 inches with a resolution of 640 by 480, so it's super detailed at this size. The Miyoo Mini has the usual ABXY and D-pad, all controlled with a rubber membrane. I would say the feel is very much like a Super Nintendo control pad. The Miyoo Mini also comes with Start and Select, L1, L2 and R1, R2 buttons, all controlled by micro switches. So it's going to be able to play PS1 games that support the additional buttons, and these buttons will feel clicky due to the micro switches they've used. If I'm being honest with you, the shoulder buttons aren't in the most comfortable positions and need some getting used to, but this is just a minor gripe. The only thing that is missing are analog sticks, but to be honest, I'm completely fine without them. I don't think you'll be playing games beyond PS1, so the need for them is not really needed. The Miyoo Mini also has a rotating wheel for the sound, which I found nostalgic to a Game Boy. It also has a power button, menu button, headphone jack, a micro SD card slot, a Type-C port for charging, and an LED charging indicator. The specs on the Miyoo Mini comes with an ARM Cortex A7 dual-core 1.2 GHz with 128 MB of RAM. It has a 2000 mAh battery, which translates to around 5 hours of game time, and it also features a rumble motor. The great thing about its popularity is that people create additional modifications to enhance the experience. I understand that the form factor may be uncomfortable for some, and Ruth Woe from Thingiverse created an extension grip that you can 3D print out. And if there is one mod I can recommend, is this. It feels so much more comfortable holding and playing the Miyoo Mini with it on, especially with the trigger buttons where you can rest your fingers. If you're interested, I've left a link in the description below. Or there's SakuraModding on Etsy. For those that don't know about SakuraModding, they're an Etsy seller based in France that sells stickers and mods to your portable games consoles. I've bought from them a few times and the quality is absolutely great. If you're interested, I've left the link in the description below. So I guess you're wondering why I got two of these devices. So Miyoo Mini came out with the V2 as to the response of the V1. I think mainly it was around the buttons and how they felt when pressed. There were some instances where the buttons would rub against the case, so there must have been some manufacturing issues when they built the case. The V2 screen also had an upgrade with it being a laminated screen, so the LCD screen seems a lot closer to the glass than the V1. The other difference is the battery. The V1 used an old phone battery, whereas the V2 uses a typical lithium battery connected by a JST connector. Other than that, they are exactly the same product and will perform exactly the same. But to be honest with you, I didn't see any difference in both of them, including the screen. Maybe I got lucky with the whole case thing, as I did not experience any buttons rubbing against the case. What I have found, and I hope it's just my unit that is affected, is the down button on the D-pad seems to occasionally press the right button for some reason. To resolve this, I think I would just need to open it up and adjust the rubber membrane a little. But as I say, hopefully it's just my unit that has this issue. Okay, so I should have left the software for at least one of these devices to the stock one. Adding games was an absolute pain, and you'll find yourself jumping from one directory to another. But anyone owning a Miyoo Mini, I would absolutely recommend using OnionOS. I've installed it on both devices and it makes things a lot more simple, and there is tons of support. If you would like to see a detailed guide on how you can do this yourself, I've left a video and a web page from Retro Game Corp. He does a great tutorial. The UI is similar to the stock software of the Miyoo Mini and has a lot more features, such as more supported emulators, a more simple ROM management to add your games, hotkey shortcuts, auto resume last game, theme selector, file explorer, and a lot more. So these are the list of games that Miyoo Mini support along with the OnionOS. Don't expect much in terms of performance. It's definitely not going to run 3D games past PS1, but the games that it can play, plays them amazingly. As I said from the start of the video, I absolutely love the Miyoo Mini, and this is definitely one of my favourite retro emulation portable consoles that has been released. Fundamentally, it has made me question what is an ideal portable emulation handheld. Being this doesn't play everything, this surely shouldn't be considered as a contender, but the size of the Miyoo Mini is just big enough that you can game comfortably, and small enough that it can fit in your pocket or a small bag. And the feel of the buttons are very reminiscent of a SNES controller, so playing this really does bring back fond memories. Yes, it doesn't support any 3D based games past PS1, so if you're looking for something to play Dreamcast or GameCube, the Miyoo Mini is probably not the emulation console for you, but what it does plays them really well. Coupled with the 4:3 screen ratio, games feels the screen extremely well. I really do recommend using OnionOS. There's continued support and there's new features being added, so in my opinion it's absolutely worth swapping over the pre-installed OS. The price point in my opinion is reasonable for what you get and what it's capable of, but availability does unfortunately drive these devices to cost a bit more. Lastly, it's worth mentioning that the Miyoo Mini are planning to create a Miyoo Mini Plus, which is a new console as a response to the screen shortages. The Miyoo Mini Plus uses a 3.5-inch screen as well as few internal upgrades. So if you can't seem to get hold of the Miyoo Mini Plus should be something more readily available, unless it suffers the same fate as the Miyoo Mini. So before I fade to black and get bombarded with comments, the Miyoo Mini Plus is currently out for sale. I have pre-ordered one beforehand and will definitely give my thoughts as a follow-up video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers!